Our guest today is John Mauldin. I think despite Friday's encouraging jobs report, is still not spectacularly optimistic about the near term for the economy, but certainly optimistic long term. John, does the jobs report on Friday, does that change your outlook for a muddle through at all?
If we have a jobs report like this for the next 3 months, yeah. In the sense that it's more, I'll become more optimistic. But I still think we're going to muddle through in the sense that we're going to have a double-dip recession. I agree with Nouriel, but I think it's because of taxes. The tax increase is just going to be so huge. And as we know,
this is the tax increase that's embedded as
embedded
the
in 2011
tax cuts roll off.
And they're going to give us another 4 or 5% on the top end on that, precisely on the people who create jobs, the small businesses. I mean, that's not their target, but that's what happens. And so you're taking money out of the private sector and putting it into the public sector, which has no multiplier. Tax cuts, Christina Roma, I mean, Obama's own person, says you have a 3x multiplier on tax cuts.
She's forgotten that now.
She's forgotten
that now. That's the inconvenient old history.
And so now you're going to have a negative 3x on the tax increase.
So do you think there's any chance Congress says, you know what, things are so perilous that we're going to postpone that a few years, or is it done deal that taxes are going up?
Do you think Pelosi and Reid are going to say, well, we want to keep the Bush tax cuts? Really? No, I don't think there's any chance. Now, could we in some future world maybe get back to that? Maybe, but I doubt it, because we're going to be in pretty serious financial straits as a country for quite some time. And there's not going to be this, with the big deficits, it's going to be difficult, I think, to start arguing that we need to cut taxes in order to decrease the deficit.
And so when does this actually hit the economy? Because this is a 2011 event. So
2011
are
event.
we smooth sailing all through 2010, especially with the spike?
I think it's low growth economy, 1 to 2%. I hope it is. But, and that's the problem. It's going to be a slow growth economy, and then we're going to punch it with this big tax cut. Normally, the quarter after the recession ends, and people are saying the recession has ended, you see a 7% spike in GDP. They're going to revise this last quarter down to 2.5% spike when they do the next revision. That's not a robust recovery at all.
And the jobs today doesn't change that, or Friday doesn't change?
Well, no, I mean, eventually you get to the place where we start growing again. I mean, I'm not a falling off the world gloom and doomer. I mean, we're finally finding the bottom. We're trying to find, the new normal, where that shifts to.
Thanks, John.